My name is Jessica Farrell with Bricky in Ireland, and I'm exhibiting this model on behalf of my son Hanlon Farrell, who built this when he was 12 years old. Unfortunately, he's only 13 now, so he's too young to be allowed to exhibit. But this is his model here, and it's called Marvel versus DC. And his idea behind it was to recreate I suppose the tension between Marvel fans and DC fans. Marvel people say their superheroes are the best, and DC fans say, oh no, the DC characters are the best. And there's been a lot of new superhero movies out that have one hero pitted against another. So he decided to recreate a comic book scene with the background and the foreground looking like the pages of a comic book that have just unfolded and come alive with this sort of boom pow action that you'd see in a comic book. So he's focused a lot on the action and trying to recreate that in a static environment. You can see the Flash coming out of the tree there, and you've got Iron Man and Superman is sort of mid-explosion. And I think that the whole thing was just the action and fun and colour and vibrancy of a comic book scene. I think it's great, and it's been getting a lot of good response. And I think that it's wonderful seeing the children come up and go, oh wow, Marvel versus DC, who's winning?
Yeah, it's definitely a very timely build, like you said, with all of the superhero movies out and everything. So what's the inside like of this? Is there like just kind of Technic structure, or what did you use to keep?
Well, this is entirely my son's own build and his own creation, but he was fortunate enough to have access to my parts collection. The only thing is I'm very stingy on giving him parts, so all of the inside had to be a whole bunch of pieces that I knew I would never use. So it's just a collection of as many different weirdo, unwanted pieces as possible that he was given. And even though that was very frustrating for him, I think he did quite well with it. It's strong enough to be transported with practically no breakage, so happy with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really nice. And was the kind of valley in the middle, was that an original plan design? Did you always want to try to get that kind of divide between the two sides?
He definitely wanted the divide, and he was extremely very determined. He didn't want any of my suggestions or help. A lot of visitors have said that it sort of looks like the unfolding of the comic book. And it does. And he definitely wanted the divide, so the schism between the two sides. And again, it was entirely his own design and the way that it comes from the background as well to show the comic book pages coming alive.
Yeah, well, very cool. I think you did a great job, so thanks for talking us through that. And maybe one day we'll talk to him when he's old enough to come display himself.
I'm sure he'd look forward to that.
Thank you.